What you're looking at here is my file cabinet. I've had some issues with keeping the files in place because these things, they've continued to slip out of their holdings. So if I can just show you real quickly what I'm talking about here. It's very somewhat rudimentary. The filing cabinet itself was made very, very well, but these things were constantly slipping out of these little grooves here, if you can see it. Thank you, Alejandra Costello from Color Code Organization. I think that's the name of her channel. She used putty to make sure that things stuck where they were so that nothing moved. So I decided to try this little experiment for anyone else who's dealing with a filing drawer that when you open it, those things don't stay put. So we're going to try this on the bottom. This is still, sometimes it would still move out of place. So before I put the rest of those guys in, I'm actually going to take this putty and I'm going to insert a little piece inside the groove here and here so that they won't move. As you can see, I don't need a lot, so I'm going to press it into, I'm going to press it into the groove just like this. Hopefully that will stay put. And I'm going to stick this guy right here. So the plan is that the putty will act as like almost like a grout compound. So the first thing that I need to do for this is I'm going to insert this piece right here. I'm just going to press it in, and then we're going to go over here, and hopefully this will slide in place. Now, sometimes the putty will go out a little bit. Now, I just want to add a little bit more of putty to the top so that it stays in place. So hopefully that will. And that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. So that is putty. And this way, these are sturdy and they won't continue to slip out of the grooves. And I will show you what they look like when they're all in place. I've added the putty inside of the groove so that these metal things don't move. This one in particular continues, and hopefully, now that I've added some more of the putty on the inside, hopefully it won't move. So if you have any of these little troublemakers that continue to slip out of these grooves here, I would add putty. I would actually add a little bit of putty on the bottom, and then, because these actually have to slip through, these ones here actually slip right in, but these guys, the metal file frames actually have to slip through. So what I would do is add a little bit of putty at the bottom, then place the metal frame on top of that, sort of like squish it down, and then add some more putty on top, like a compound. But that is what I would suggest. Now, the only other thing that we had to do was this thing kept moving, so we just made sure to add an L bracket so this thing will not continue to shift away from the wall. And the last thing I added were furniture glides, mini ones at the bottom so it doesn't scrape the floor. So I hope that helps for anyone who is having a very troublesome filing cabinet.